Hi everybody, real quick I'm gonna show you how to replace the thermostat on a GMC Envoy without really removing the alternator. So here's what I needed. I had a couple of ratchets and a magnet. Arm yourself with sockets. You're mostly gonna need 10s and 15s, and get short ones and long ones. I tried messing with hose clamps with these, but I realized it's not gonna happen, so I went ahead and got a hose clamp wrench and get some sort of extension. This worked for me. This flex shaft worked, but you get the idea. You need at least this much of extensions. So I jacked the car, took the wheel off, and the first thing to do, of course, is to drain the coolant. Now, as you probably know, GMC doesn't have a drain plug, so you'll just have to take the hose off and release the coolant. Take this support bracket off, battery, and that will give you enough access to do everything else here. So the only thing you have to do from the top is let the belt, loosen the belt, take a 3/8 ratchet and jam it in there into the tensioner, and you can just take the belt off of the alternator only. Once you did that, also there are 3 bolts holding this bracket. There are 2 on this side and 1 is hidden under all this mess, and there are 2 bolts holding the alternator from the top.
Get those out.
Now
Third
bolt is at the bottom of the alternator, and to make it worse, there's a AC hose right in front of it. So the way around it, the way it worked for me, I put as you can see, I jammed a closed-head 15mm wrench, and well, you won't believe this, but I put a block of wood like this and started lightly whacking it with a hammer, and I was able to loosen it. Now, that being said, you only need to loosen that bolt. You don't need to take it off. It'll make your life so much easier when you're putting things back together, because now it allows you to tilt the alternator like this, tilt it forward as far as it'll go. Now once you did that, take the wheel off, and now you can access everything from here. The only thing you need is one long extension, or you can put a few together like I did, and it worked for me. Now let me show you how to reach the thermostat from here. 2 bolts holding the thermostat, and you can reach the bottom one. You can see it right there. I already took the bolt out. Now, thanks to the alternator being tilted, you can also reach the top one, and you can see it right there. So the fact that you tilted the alternator forward gives you just enough clearance to reach it. There it is. So putting them back in, I was actually able to align them, start them off with a magnet. Let's see if I can show you maybe from this side. So you really have to eyeball this. This job is incredibly complicated. So I got it started with a magnet. Now I'll finish it with the extension. top one. And there you go. Now, with the hardest part being done, just put everything back together in the opposite way. No need to show you that. Thing is, it took me hours to figure out how to do this easily, and hopefully after watching this and knowing what I used and what I did, it will only take you about, let's say, half an hour. So I hope this helps. Victor out.